USS Swiftwind, Acting Captain's Log, Stardate 51807.1. My own command, the USS Quantum, was destroyed in the Dominion attack. The Swiftwind's entire command crew were either killed or injured, so I assumed control and rescued as many of the fleet as I could before the illegal wormhole weapon malfunctioned, pulling us into what appears to be an uncharted galaxy. The ship has taken a lot of damage, and most of the systems are offline. We are a sitting duck as an unknown entity approaches us.
Captain, the alien ship is moving within weapons range.
Hail them.
No response. I'm not detecting any communications equipment on their ship that could receive our transmissions. The ship is entirely organic. That's when it appears on our sensors.
Explain.
The ship appears to be shifting in and out of phase with normal space.
Perhaps the ship is damaged.
Actually, sir, it appears like it's a biological function. A heartbeat, perhaps.
The forced energy beam is still building. It's focusing on the center of the Swiftwind.
Okay, T, let's begin the surgery. I was hoping to do this non-invasive. However, the swelling is causing too much pressure. Bring me the cortical stimulator and the cranial isolator. I need 10 cc's of ibuprofen. This isn't the photonic scalpel I asked for. It's the hypothermal scalpel. Do you want me to fry her gray matter?
Doctor, I told you that I only have basic medical training. I've never attended surgery before.
I understand your inexperience. I did request all medics. Tell Nurse Srinim to swap duties with you. I take it you can deal with triage.
Yes, Doctor. I apologize.
Balcazar to all hands. Abandon ship. Repeat, abandon ship.
What? Not now. She will die if we do not operate immediately.
Surrender?
She is under general anesthetic. I administered it myself. She shouldn't be awake. Never mind talking.
Surrender your ship.
Sickbay to bridge. I think someone is communicating telepathically through Buana. Are we in the vicinity of another ship?
Yes, Doctor. An unknown ship is powering up weapons.
It just demanded our surrender.
Perhaps that's wise, sir. We have nearly 1,600 people on board.
Surrender is not an option. As long as the wormhole drive is on board, we have to prevent it from being taken by an aggressive force.
Who are you? What species?
I am Temporian. The one you speak through is a betazoid. We have Vulcan, Cation, Boolean, human.
Human?
Yes, that's right. Most of us are humanoids.
The gravitation wave from the collapsing wormhole is approaching. 3 minutes until impact.
The alien vessel has shut down its weapon.
Balcazar to all crew. Stand down from evacuation procedures. Await further commands. Doctor, what did you say to the aliens?
I just mentioned some of us are human. It seemed very interested.
And then it shut down its weapon. But we're in a different galaxy from what our sensors tell us. How could they have heard of humans?
They're discharging the beam. Brace for impact.
What's happening?
We're being pulled away from the ion storm by a tractor beam. 8 life pods have launched. They have locked onto 3 of them and are dragging them with us.
What happened to the other 5?
I'm sorry, sir. They've been crushed by the graviton eddy.
The wormhole is collapsing. The area is being flooded with the same radiation that surrounded us.
See if you can compensate for this turbulence and stabilize the ship. I'm going to sickbay to talk to these aliens. Commander, you have the bridge.
I dismantled the command protocol directive. The auto-destruct has been cancelled. The graviton waves are crushing the wrecked ships. We cannot escape it.
A Federation ship entered the wormhole. It must lead back to the Alpha Quadrant.
What ship was it?
The USS Swiftwind, Metola.
How lucky for us that the 2 ships able to generate the weapon have survived.
Luck had nothing to do with it. You ordered us to dilute our weapons fire on that ship and this one.
Indeed. These 2 ships will help us open a new wormhole and send our fleet into the Alpha Quadrant to cripple the Federation. We must follow the Swiftwind. Set pursuit course.
No. We should wait for our fleet to arrive. There could be another fleet of Starfleet ships at the other end of the wormhole.
The Founders would wish to seize this technology. We cannot let the Swiftwind escape. Are you scared of another battle?
The Jem'Hadar fear nothing except the Founder's wrath. The Third speaks out of turn. He has no authority to counteract your orders. I do, however. This ship is a wreck. Her weapons are depleted. She is in no condition for another battle.
If we don't capture the Swiftwind, they will return with another fleet much bigger than the one we just destroyed. Every second we waste arguing puts the Swiftwind light years away. Now do as I instruct, or I'll have you all executed immediately.
This is a foolish plan, but if it is the will of the Founders, I will obey. Set course into the wormhole, avoiding the graviton eddies. 1/2 impulse.
Who are you?
We are Jermudgeon.
I am pleased to meet you. Thank you for pulling my ship out of harm's way. Would it be possible to meet you in person?
Soon.
We have cleared the wormhole danger zone. You can release my ship now.
Still in harm's way.
I don't understand.
The storm comes.
The ion storm?
Nowhere is safe. You must come to Jermudgeon. We will give you sanctuary until the storm passes.
Thank you. We accept the invitation. Can you tell us where we are?
You are in the Ritward Galaxy. Our planet is close.
We thought you were going to destroy us before, until we explained we were human.
We weren't going to destroy you.
What changed your mind?
The prophecy.
I know she shouldn't be doing this. Her brain was injured enough without taxing it with extraterrestrial psionic interlocution. I only hope this hasn't caused further damage.
I'm sorry, Doctor, but I had to speak with the aliens.
I understand. If you will excuse me, this patient must go into surgery at once.
Alcazar to bridge. The Dremolgian just told me we are in the Ritward Galaxy. Any luck on confirming our coordinates yet?
Kudrow here, sir. We don't have astrometrics lab. Stellar cartography are still scanning. There's a lot of space to cover. In fact, we are in a different galaxy. Well then, it's like starting from scratch. We have located a planet in our trajectory.
That must be the Dremolgian homeworld. They have offered us sanctuary from the ion storm.
Captain, getting unusual life sign reading on deck 6. Starboard phaser control. The area is heating up to extreme temperatures.
I wonder if one of our alien rescuers has boarded us. Seal off the surrounding areas. Send a security team. Kudrow, please go with them.
Hey, buddy. I'm sorry you couldn't suit up. It'll make them in your size.
I am better suited to monitoring your progress from outside the contaminated area.
They should really custom make these suits. I feel like when I used to dress up in my mother's clothes as a child.
Your parents allowed you to do that?
Yes, it was fun. I looked like a sight in her huge shoes and my tiny feet stumbling around the place.
If I dared touch my parents' belongings, I would have been beaten. They wouldn't tolerate me handling their possessions. Me and my brother once took my father's phase rifle out to play. It wasn't switched on, but when father found out, was he mad. He took all the toys we had and vaporized them with the phase rifle. He forbid us from ever playing with toys again.
And I thought my father could be strict sometimes. I'm really sorry about your brother. How are you coping?
I've lost part of myself. My brother was a part of me. We felt and shared the same things throughout life. The only thing I can do right now is focus on my work so we can get back home.
If that's even possible.
Why wouldn't it be possible?
Well, don't we need 2 ships to create and control a wormhole? And I'm worried about all that background radiation from the wormhole that we know nothing about.
That's very pessimistic.
I'm sorry. Just thinking out loud. At least Prin is on board. The Admiral said she helped install a wormhole drive. Maybe she can think of a workaround to get us home.
Life support suit for Ensign Cudrell sealed and active.
I have erected a force field inside the phaser bank maintenance section. Your environment suits will protect you, but the heat will damage the materials if you are in there for more than 10 minutes.
Well, then you better start the clock. Okay, let's enter. I'll go first in case the life form is hostile.
The heat is coming from inside this.
That's the phaser turret.
Ensign, please assist me.
It's Ensign Chaudhary.
Pleased to meet you. Can you open this?
Yes, please stand back.
Please hurry. The life signs are weakening.
Okay, almost got it. Ready.
I don't believe it!
What is it?
It's a baby!
Prin, how are things?
I should have sold this technology to the Zen Cafe. They would appreciate it. Your Starfleet engineers have made a complete mess. The way they have connected the alien repulse pods to the Federation technology is astonishing.
Do you really think there'd be much left of the Ferengi if the St. Cathy had gotten this tech?
They offered me a great deal more than your Section 31.
So why didn't you sell it to the St. Cathy?
If I had, Section 31 would have reported me to the Ferengi authorities for making a profit. Females are forbidden to do so. I preferred not to go to prison, so I accepted a loss.
Let me get this right. You would rather be naked to respect your laws, but you will break them to make a profit?
Profit puts a roof over your head. Clothing does not. Spare the robes and spoil the lobes. Ferengi Rule of Acquisition number 77.
How convenient. So you cut out the St. Cathy and made a deal with the Admiral?
No, I made it with Section 31, but I suspected I wasn't going to get paid. Did some poking around in Starfleet files until I was caught and brought to the Admiral. I told her about Section 31, and she didn't believe me.
Déjà vu.
Partial power restored. So, she denied it to you?
Yes, many times. But please continue.
Eventually, she admitted the truth when I told her I was going to warn the Zengathi, but Section 31 already had the technology. She even doubled my fee and arranged for the money to be transferred to Quark. He would then pass it on to his cousin Gayla, who would give it to me.
So, are you and the Admiral friends?
I have no friends on board this ship. Are you and her friends?
I'm not sure anymore.
A baby?
We are looking at a Tholian larva. I believe it was tied to the phaser array.
The Tholian triolic wave crystals. Section 31 installed them. They are able to produce lethal beams of radiation that penetrate standard shields and target a specific species.
When the array burnt out, the crystal heated up and started the chrysalis of the Tholian infant.
No wonder these crystals are illegal. Did Starfleet know these crystals are actually embryonic life form?
I don't know. There's one person on board who does, though.
Joseph.
How did Section 31 know about Voyager's message before it was officially received via the Herodian communication array? Do they have their own secret network?
If only it were that simple.
I'm listening.
It would be easier if I just played this mission log. Computer, unlock restricted access to classified file Delta Papa Omicron 74656. Authorization Vrashan 718 Beta Charlie.
Access granted. Files unlocked. This information is not to be shared with anyone below clearance level 10.
This is Captain Catherine Janeway of the Federation Starship Voyager. I apologize for the unorthodox way that I've sent you this message. However, necessity demanded it. What I'm about to tell you is going to be difficult to believe. My ship was pulled into the Delta Quadrant by advanced alien technology. We had been traveling towards the Federation for 2 years when we encountered a Federation time ship from the 29th century. I'm hesitant to go into details for fear of polluting the timeline with future knowledge. Suffice it to say that we were inadvertently thrown into Earth's past in the late 20th century. We have found a way to return back to our own time in the Delta Quadrant. It was whilst we were in Earth's orbit that I remembered a mission log from the Enterprise involving another time travel phenomenon. Picard's command crew had traveled back into Earth's 19th century in pursuit of hostile time-traveling aliens. During the mission, Lieutenant Commander Data's head was severed and left underground beneath Starfleet headquarters for 500 years until it was recovered in the 24th century. I had 2 of my engineering teams be into the underground cavern and implant this message into Data's memory. Starfleet, please let our families know that we're alive and well and looking for a way to return home. I'm including a list of crew we have sadly lost. However, I am confident that I will get the rest of this exemplary crew home safely. Janeway out.
She broke regulations to alter the course of history?
No, she observed the Temporal Prime Directive. The message was time-coded until after Voyager's disappearance to prevent any changes to the timeline.
Fascinating. But why didn't Starfleet inform the families of Voyager's crew?
Section 31 suppressed the knowledge.
For what purpose?
You ask me as if I'm in the know. I don't work for them. Starfleet told me as much as you know now.
I find that hard to believe. Making yourself at home, I see. I wouldn't get too comfortable. I haven't been to the brig, but I hear they haven't been kitted out with a nice soft bed. The way things are looking, you're going to be facing a long time in there.
I've got a stiff back waiting for you to finally report in.
I've been busy trying to sort out this royal screw-up you caused. Thanks to you, I'm a laughing stock. The ship is in a mess, the crew is in shock. We lost an entire fleet and all for nothing.
No, not for nothing. We proved the wormhole weapon works. You're not responsible for what went down. You didn't know the entire picture. You did the best you could under the circumstances.
I allowed my feelings for Vuana to get in the way of command. I lost my ship, many crew because of it.
You had valid reasons. Section 31 would have eliminated her for the betrayal if you hadn't taken immediate command of the Swiftwind, and her entire bridge crew was compromised. You were the best person to take charge. You are the only person out of 50 captains that managed to get a ship to safety. I mean, that's no small feat.
I would like to know what in the stars you were thinking of involving me and the Federation in this disaster.
I am guilty. I know. You can point it out as much as you want, but it won't make me feel any worse than I do. I mean, with the recent addition of the Romulans joining the fight against the Dominion, the Federation Council felt it was the right time to sanction the attack.
And I'm just meant to take your word? It's not like you haven't lied to me before. Several times.
You can choose to believe me or not, but I assure you, on my word as an officer and a friend, that everything I'm saying now is the honest truth. I was to follow Section 31's command to the letter. I mean, on paper, this mission was foolproof. Decisive strike at the enemy before they knew what had hit them, then another attack on Dominion facilities in the Alpha Quadrant. Now, once we'd put fear into them that we could strike anywhere, anytime we like, and decimated a large proportion of their fleet, we could drag the Dominion's sorry asses to the negotiation table and make them agree to peace. What's more, the other powers in the Alpha Quadrant would take in the awe of our superior weapon and stand down.
Wow, you've got to hand it to Section 31. When they go for it, they go out all guns blazing. But what about the repercussions?
We anticipated some resurgence. The fleet would quash them instantly with the wormhole weapon.
But Fuana put an end to that.
Yes, I was too close to her. I never suspected she was planning anything against me.
Well, I am surprised Section 31 even considered allowing her to join this debacle. Surely after the way she resisted the recruitment process, they would know she was not corruptible.
Look, I only know that she gave a grand performance when she finally joined us. She came bouncing back after her nervous breakdown and court-martial.
What concerns me is that now the Dominion knows the Federation has this weapon. Its very existence is in jeopardy.
How so? The Alpha Quadrant knows nothing of this technology. The Gamma Quadrant Dominion fleets are still trapped on their side of the Milky Way. They can't contact the Alpha Quadrant, so even if someone in the Alpha Quadrant reports the wormhole drive technology, they have no proof.
To possess the ultimate weapon isn't enough. You have to wield that power over everyone else so that no one can acquire or take it. Is the Federation ready to take those steps? Dominate the galaxy to impose peace? A never-ending Cold War? I'm certain the Federation Charter didn't include those ideals. And what do you know of Tholian and sickbay?
I had no idea that the crystals were sentient life forms. What type of person do you take me for?
One who will do anything to destroy the Dominion.
Damn the Dominion!
Damn yourself, friend. All my life you pushed me into things I never wanted to do. You told me it was for the benefit of the Federation.
I gave you a life. Where would you be now if I hadn't helped you? I'll tell you where. Another impoverished nobody wasting away on a worthless rock being taught hatred towards a people you know nothing about. I opened your eyes and I showed you the star. I've kept your secret all these years, putting my career on the line if the truth ever got out.
I get it now. You were the one who told me to keep it a secret. You wanted that hold over me. The friendship was never real. It's true what Thresher said. I am your puppet. Was your puppet. But no more.
Doctor, I'm here to help out. I have a level 3 medical field training.
At last! Thank you. I'm finishing up sealing this wound. I've managed to stop her internal bleed. You can clean up the wound. Be careful not to use any of the medications contaminated with radiation.
Okay, what shall I use?
Not contaminated ones, obviously.
Which is the safe supply?
Can't you see we are using that pile?
Yes, I can. Would it have not been easier to simply tell me?
I'm extremely busy, Lieutenant Kara. You can see how many casualties we have with no available beds for in sickbay. I cannot be running around after you and saving lives at the same time. I'm a doctor, not an octopedal.
I'm here to help.
Finally, where have you been all this time? I requested all medics over an hour ago.
I am the operations manager. I was needed on the bridge.
With all these extra crew, couldn't have found a replacement?
Doctor, do you have a grudge with me?
Why would you think that?
The way your attitude changed when you saw me.
I don't know what you mean.
Maybe you're stressed with all the casualties. Why don't you take a break?
You'd like that, wouldn't you? Your people are all the same. Get me to leave whilst the body count gets higher.
My people? Are you referring to the Bajorians?
At least your skills of observation are fine-tuned.
I don't understand.
Forget it. I'm returning to sickbay. Nurse Sri Nim will assist you. If there are any more emergencies, use the shuttle transporter to beam them to me.
Lieutenant, I am so pleased to have another medic. I've never seen so many injuries. I have. It's taken me back to my childhood on Bajor. It's so full in here. There's no room to swing a cat. I am so sorry. I didn't mean any... Don't worry about it. I have very thick fur. I've heard them all before. I don't know where we're going to put all these people. There simply aren't enough quarters for everyone. Commander Vrashan is looking into that.
You were right, Commander. The ration packs were protected from the radiation, as well as a limited water supply. Everything in this room is safe to consume.
How much food do we have?
With the extra crew, about 2.5 months.
We'll have to ration it to last longer. Who knows how long it may be. The Jamuljan homeworld can't sustain humanoid life, so I doubt very much if they grow edible food.
That's assuming that they eat food. We don't know anything about them. I'm not even sure if the ship that's pulling us is a Jamuljan life form or their vessel. We can expect most species indigenous to this galaxy to be drastically different to ourselves.
Well, it's Starfleet's charter to seek out new life. It's not every day we get to make first contact with extragalactic civilizations.
Computer, seal the doors to the Jeffries tube. Stupid humans. The idiots think they have confiscated my stealth suit, but they caught me wearing, thanks to that conniving snake Adrek. I have his suit now, as if I would allow anyone to gaze upon my true naked form, unless I desired it. Archaic Ferengi laws will be absolute one day, and females will not have to skulk around in the shadows to make a profit. I had best put this somewhere safe for now, until I can find good use for it.
I will avenge you, brother.
At ease. It is a sad duty to say goodbye to so many of our family, friends, and colleagues. If we can take any comfort from this tragedy, it is that they gave their lives valiantly in the line of duty. To help make the Federation a stronger, safer unity, we owe them our lives, and their memory will live on in the survival of the fleet, now a community on the Swiftwind. We will bury their bodies when we find a suitable place, unless any family would request alternative arrangements.
Thank you, Captain. I would like to add that while
Officers, it seems we are all stuck with each other. Wherever we are, the ship is in a bad way. The crew is not much better. We have many survivors from other ships, pushing us beyond the capacity for comfort. I'm sorry about that, but I'm sure when we get main power online, we'll be able to address that situation. We're alive, at least, albeit lost in another galaxy. Captain Fuana is in intensive care in critical condition. Right now, we're being towed out of the way of an ion storm by a species I haven't even seen yet. They were on the verge of pulling the trigger to destroy us. Things are pretty grim right now. That is why I've called you all here, and those of you at your stations listening. I was duped into this mission, and I blame myself for being blinded by loyalty and friendship. If I had known how far Section 31's influence had gone, I would have stopped this mission. It was totally illegal and without justification. Extremist fanatics waged a disproportionate attack that may have resulted in devastating consequences to the Alpha Quadrant. We have no way of knowing what the fallout from this attack will be. I can only hope that with the fleet destroyed, that is an end to the mission. I'm going to say this once, and I don't want to ever have to repeat it again. We have no place being on this ship and in these uniforms if we forsake the principles and laws of Starfleet. This is a Starfleet vessel. It is the Starfleet Delta Shield that adorns its hull, not some insignia of an insidious, invisible organization. Section 31 doesn't even have a symbol. Perhaps there are officers like myself who did not know of the mission or Section 31's involvement. It may be there are those of you who willingly followed through with this heinous plan. I don't care. Right now, what matters is that this is a Starfleet ship with a Starfleet crew. We will follow the Starfleet codes of conduct to the letter. We will not divert from protocol. We will be exemplary crew members working together. It is the only way we will survive this. A warning. Anyone found to be discussing Section 31, planning with Section 31, or taking any action contrary to what I have laid out will be held in the brig indefinitely. We cannot afford to divide ourselves. That is directly what has caused this situation in the first place. This is day one, a new start. I expect to be impressed by you all to get this ship back to Heltherin, ready for when Captain Fauna returns to duty. We are now a community that must pull together. We are Starfleet.
Bridge to Captain. I'm sorry to interrupt, but I thought you should know we have entered orbit of the planet.
This standing around waiting is extremely frustrating.
Mind your mouth, soldier.
But Matola's orders make no sense. We should be repairing this ship, not waiting for rescue.
This ship is beyond repair. The life support is the only thing operational. If we hadn't have dumped the warp core before it lost antimatter containment to seal the wormhole permanently, the ship would have been destroyed. How do you propose we get main power online without a warp core? It has been 36 hours since your last dose of Tetracell White.
I hadn't noticed.
And you won't mind missing out this time. Just joking, of course. There is plenty to go around.
For how long? When can we expect new supplies?
The Founders will ensure your survival. That is all you should concern yourself with right now. What is happening?
Our sensors are offline, as are communications. I would guess we're being boarded by Starfleet.
May I have my Tetracell?
You sound frightened.
Jem'Hadar, fear nothing. The only coward on this ship is you, hiding behind the rapidly shrinking supply of white.
My apologies. I am aware of your lack of fear. I simply detected a different tone in your voice. Perhaps it was just your need for white. There you go. It appears the brave Jem'Hadar are not immune to fear after all.